Caplan?
Not to say that people that don't learn Torah that they're bad, but you don't see but such edelkeit. You can feel that this is connected to the Lamala Mina Teva. It's like a person is walking around in Olam Hazeh, and he's with us, he's with everybody, but really, he's connected to above, to a higher place. And that's Torah Min HaShamayim. Hashem sends Ra HaKadosh Baruch Hu v'tzadikim shehem mu'atim, the Gemara says in Chagigah. Hashem saw tzadikim were very few. Omar v'shoslan b'chol dor v'dor. Hashem planted them in every generation. Our dor, we lost many Gedolei Yisrael in the last years. And there's Hashem ki lo yitush Hashem esamu. There's always an Omad v'shoslan. Yakov Edelstein was one of those that Omad v'shoslan b'chol dor v'dor. Of course, each Adam Gadol and every tzaddik has his tafkid and his way. And he was a demus for hundreds of people that came to him, and they said, "This is Torah." And they said that he had Bali Tshuva that he made. This I just saw in the Besheva magazine, where I call it brag, that there was a woman, Aya Kremerman, that she writes over there every week, and she says he was a Rav. She says, and she says that he used to invite her for Rosh Hashanah, that her husband used to go away for Rosh Hashanah, so he would invite her. She shouldn't be by herself. Strange enough, where did her husband go? Well, would he have to go away on Rosh Hashanah? You know where he went?
Please tell us, Rabbi Caplan.
To Uman. That's where he went every year. Rabbi Yakov Edelstein didn't say, "Oh, so you must be different from a different group if your husband goes to Uman." No, so the woman will be by herself, so he invited her every year. This was a person that his warmth was mashpia on many. Maybe there are others that didn't become frum, but they saw one thing. This is not the regular Olam Hazeh people that we see. Even the good ones among them, but this is something higher. And I always like to say over there, the way Rabbi Yechiel Yaakov Weinberg expresses it in the Sefer Lifrokim. He has a hesped that he said he wrote on Rabbi Eliyahu Chaim Meisel, the Lodger Rov. And Rabbi Yechiel Yaakov Weinberg said on him, talks about his tremendous chesed that he did to so many people. He was Yom V'Layla, he was osik in chesed. That was his thing that he did in the city.
I thought he was a Rav.
You're asking good. He was a Rav. He was a Rav, and he saw it, his tafkid as Rav, to help everybody. That's how he saw the Rabbanos. Paskening Shilas, there were more Ravs probably who paskened. I'm sure he also paskened Shilas, but he's the leader. Leader means be mashpia to the tzibur. Doesn't mean dictate to the tzibur what to do. It means mashpia to the tzibur, help the tzibur. He was so involved in chesed that he was afraid he's forgetting his learning. Doesn't have time to learn. They tell a story that the Beis HaLevi, which was his friend from Volozhin, they learned together in Volozhin, once met him. Rabbi Eliyahu Chaim was complaining that he's forgetting his learning because he's so involved in chesed. The Beis HaLevi said, "Okay, let's see if you're forgetting your learning. Let's talk and learn." They talked and learning for a few hours. And then the Beis HaLevi said, "Don't worry about it. For you to forget your learning, it'll take a long, long time." means the chesed that he did, Hashem didn't cause that the chesed that he did should make him forget his learning. So Yechiel Yaakov Weinberg writes that there was once a meeting of community leaders. When there was a rich man there, he calls him Hatakif Nun. The tough person, he describes him as, and Nun, he doesn't write his name, he just writes the letter Nun. Everybody was afraid. He said something. He's the Gavir, he's the millionaire of the city. We have to respect him, he's rich. So he said someday how to do things, and I don't know.
Rabbi Kaplan.
What?
He's like you a bit. In the famous video you put up a month or two ago, you didn't call the guy by his name. You just called him whatever you called him. Gavra Taco.
Gavra, but I didn't say his name. So here also, yeah, right, very good. So Rabbi Yaakov Weinberg did the same thing. He called him, I called that person a Gavra Alma, he called him a Hatakif Nun. Well, I didn't say anything, but he just, at least one letter he did use. So, and I don't know if that person was so frum either. And he said some opinion about how to run the city. And it would have affected the poor people. Maybe it was something about taxing the people of the community or whatever. So it would affect the anim. So Rabbi Yochaim Meisel said, with a tough voice, with a tkifish, he said, Yehovah, you and 1,000 others like you should get lost, and we shouldn't do as the smallest thing to hurt the poor people. And all those that sat there at the meeting were shocked. How can he talk like that to this takif, to this millionaire? And to talk like that, Yehovah da'atov elef kayotze b'cho. And we're not going to do anything to make that. So he says, so Yechiel Yaakov Weinberg says, but, he says, the Takif Nun kept quiet, he didn't answer. And Rabbi Yechiel Yaakov Weinberg explained that he saw that Rabbi Yochaim is not coming from an opinion like everybody else's opinion. He's coming mikoach Abaya and Rava. That's where he's coming from. He's the shliach of our great people, Abaya and Rava, from the Gemara. When the Gemara wants to describe what's Derish about Peh, what's Gemara mean? Havayas Abaya v'Rava. Abaya v'Rava in a certain bechin are the yesod of Gemara. And the Takif Nun, even though he wasn't so frum, but he had a feeling that this is not a voice that's coming from Olam Hazeh, from doing business and from talking about prices. This is a voice that's coming as a shliach of Abaya and Rava. They're talking mitoch grono, and he felt that.
Rabbi Kaplan.
What?
Just to make a comparison, your Gavra Alma has already threatened lawsuits against us.
Yeah. Yeah, well, but in Saint Rabin, we're not on that madrega. We wouldn't zocha that the Takif base, like I would call him, that he should be afraid of us.
No, Lanu.
Lanu, that we're not holding over there. I mean, I yelled at the Takif base that he doesn't say Tachman in certain times, but it doesn't make any impression on him. And I heard from my father has a physical therapist that comes to him. His name is Moshe Ullman, and he did physical therapy in Rav Elyashiv for 17 months, he said. Besoph and he was able to talk to Rav Elyashiv a little bit. He said he didn't bother him too much, but he once asked him if there's a minion that doesn't say Tachman without a good reason, what should he do? Rav Elyashiv said, doesn't matter, you say Tachman. They asked, but I'm a parish minat tzibur. So Rav Elyashiv said, no, that's not a tzibur, they're okay Tachman. And he added, if people would know what Tachman is, they wouldn't be mezalzo in it like that. he meant the pneumius, the deeper inyanim of Tachna. If people would know what it is, they wouldn't be mezalzing it like that. And he could talk about. Maybe we should once give a whole talk about it. And this is the. But so I was mocha on this. What he was okay, Tachna. But what can I do? I wasn't zocher to be on the level of Rabbi Yochaim Meiser. And this Takif Bayaz, he threatened he's going to make a lawsuit against us that we talked about him. We called him a Gavra Alma, but we didn't mention his name. Anyway.
Maybe you should ask Eli Lifshitz what is...
No, I don't think anything will happen. Let's just wait and see. If something will happen, and besides, okay. I think the best thing is if they call you to a court, to go with the full tmimis and pshitas, and just talk, just say what you really, explain to the judge what tachnon is and what the union is, and why it bothers so much, and what a shul is. And just 40 people are downing on me. All of a sudden, one person from the back screams, Kaddish! Like, don't say Tachna. How not nice it is. Everybody's standing there and davening, and one person, the Echad Balagar, Vayishpot Shafat, he takes over and tells everybody, let's not say Tachna. And the Shtech Tzibur listens to them. And then they don't say Tachna.
Gavra Alma.
Because of this Gavra Alma, yeah. And we called him a Gavra Alma, and then he threatened he's going to make a loss. I would stand up in the court and not take any lawyer and just explain to the judge what Tachnun is and why it bothered me. And now do what you want with me. You know the story of Mr. Trepp, the old man I used to learn with. He managed to get out of Germany in the beginning of, I think, right before the war could be, and Hitler came to power in, when was it, 35 maybe?
33.
Or 37.
33.
And 33. So in those years from 33 till 40, and so also the situation got worse and worse and worse for the Jews in Germany. And this person, he may manage to get out, and he went to England, he left his parents behind, he was a teenager. And he found a place to live, and he worked in a factory of ammunition. So he didn't want to work on Shabbos. So the head of the factory came up to him and said, listen, we're making ammunition here. I don't know what year this happened, and maybe it was already the war. And we're making ammunition here to fight the Germans. And if the Germans come, they're not going to do anything to me because I'm a goy. That you're Jewish, they're going to do something to you. So you have to work on Shabbos also to help in the war effort. So Mr. Trepp said, I answered him, do with me whatever you want. I'm not working on Shabbos. And that was it. What happened then was, I don't know, I don't remember, I don't know what happened, but he survived it. The same thing as over here. I'll say to this Gavra, do with me what you want. That you start asking Eli Lifshitz and looking for Chochmas. You're smart. So then we'll be smart with you. But if you go like a Tom, so my Tamimis says that then you'll stay all right. Of course, I don't know if that's how it works in the outside world, but Baruch Hashem, I don't know the outside world. And I believe if you go between they'll understand you. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm naive. But Baruch Hashem that I'm like that.
Rabbi Kaplan, we have 20 seconds to the break.
Okay, we'll leave it at this.
We're finishing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Rabbi Kaplan.
Bye. Good night.